Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. We're going to do Furina's story quest today. I have Greg here with me today.
And we have no idea what we're in for. Internet definitely hasn't spoiled anything for us whatsoever.
I actually don't know much, except,
Okay,
one scene.
no comment.
Yeah, I don't know anything, chat. Oh, good garbage. What's my pity?
Garbage.
Probably. Let's take a look.
Your pity is a little rubbish heap.
Fun.
Congratulations. Okay, you're getting up there.
I'm at 66 pity.
Keep going! You're almost there! Hard pity, hard pity!
Whatever. What are you going to do?
Keep
Let's do this
rolling.
quest. I guess, yeah.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps? You know we're worth it. For quality work and speedy results, choose Paimon and the Traveler.
It's
Good
always
advert.
a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Well, do
Don't
we get
worry
food?
about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role, but the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties. So unfortunately, they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
Well-
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it.
Oh,
this
boy.
is a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas?
Paimon, how's your
Even if
acting?
we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
Singing
If you're
Paimon.
interested
Jesus
in
Christ.
helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Oh,
Just
it's
Paimon
that
just
guy,
bust out
huh?
this deep
How
baritone.
rude.
Yeah.
Hello there. Are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
We can
No.
try!
Some Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame. That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Just
Here's an
weird.
idea.
You're splitting up the
A
troupe?
loan.
I guess the
Extend an
lady at the
interest-free
Adventures Guild didn't tell you.
loan.
Yeah, this is supposed to
Interest-free.
be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it. Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. but for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Traveler.
If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Voldemort? That's a great idea.
Oh God, singing Voldemort. Why does that feel like a Robot Chicken sketch? Right?
It totally would be.
It's 100% a Robot Chicken sketch. Can you see if that's a Robot Chicken sketch?
Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
It does not look like it is.
Damn. Someone tell it's a Robot Chicken.
I'm pretty confident that she'd be really
Is that show still on, or is it gone?
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours. Well, yes, but... Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day.
Yep, Robot
Of
Chicken's
course,
still going.
It all depends on whether she's
Ow.
interested. She
I
might
remember last time I
consider
saw a sketch that wasn't from like
anything.
2008.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Of course, you have her address.
When did you get here?
Come on, she's 3 feet from here.
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
A little Oceanid. That's cute.
Not yet menacing.
I don't think Furina herself is very menacing.
Ah, she's an absolute menace to society. What are you talking about?
That's true. I was trying to grab a book!
Too bad.
Really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
By the way, one sec. AC. Holy crap.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Matt needs to check on his armor core.
Holy crap.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Good
it's
job,
not.
Mama.
Okay, when did popping on a thin air become
It's
all the rage?
better to do it to people's faces,
I
even
was
if you
just
don't
out on a
realize.
shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
When does she have
I used
macaroni?
to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too. Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house.
If you
So I
barely
don't
leave
see
the
how
house,
it's
then you should
unusual
make your
that my
meals more
meals are a little
interesting.
simpler now too.
You mean like every Instagram influencer ever?
Besides,
Or like
sure,
every
I can
bored person
master
in a
dishes
kitchen.
like la leche folklore,
2020
or
be like,
blubber
I'm gonna learn how to make
potatoes in no
bread.
time, if I
I'm
focus
going
on
to
the
learn how
goal.
to make bread. Oh
For
no,
the
the
record,
bread
that
is
became a
colonizing my
huge
kitchen.
trend.
Don't know how to cook.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was everywhere.
Not yet.
Loads of
maybe,
people not
but
realizing how much sourdough they
It
can make
actually is
out of a little bit
difficult.
of
what I'm
starter.
doing here.
Yeah, there were people who were like, I now have 6 weeks of sourdough bread. What do I do with sourdough bread?
Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry.
Nope, we live here now.
Sorry, please don't be mad. Yeah, exactly. What the
Oh,
traveler
Paimon.
said. Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you.
No,
Paimon
Paimon's just too good at making fun of you.
Actually,
My
can you
help?
ask for your help?
Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon.
We
I'm
don't
not
want you
a
for your
poker.
position, we want you for your poker face.
It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
Oh?
The only person for the job.
Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
She is so much easier to deal
So
with.
tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
It's specificity.
Yes.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Challenge
After all,
accepted.
I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities.
If you treat it as a
but
mere
given
musical, then you're
the
clearly not the
recent
right person.
circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
I'm declining because you
But
insulted my
I
house.
have made a decision to retire from the stage. Although I am
Understandable.
no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was.
That's
course,
true of everybody.
That can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely
Better
that's
idea,
okay.
Furina teach
Whether
us.
it's a one-off
boy.
or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess
Sure.
there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare.
Oh, it's nighttime. The
Do you
lights
know
came
any
up.
other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Okay,
Since
but
I'm
is that
just an
really what they
ordinary
think?
person
Have you
now,
confirmed it?
they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help. True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would.
Christ.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's alright, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Seriously,
B.
Furina, just teach Paimon to be a
Toodaloo
world-class
to you,
actor.
too. I'm
I know
going
you
home
can
to
do
take
it.
a rest now.
Oh, there's a garden back there doing something.
Oh, that's a good substitute actor right there.
A Gardemek?
Yes,
Oh boy.
a singing Gardamek.
Oh, I got an achievement for something because I grabbed a book. I got the entire Fables de Fontaine series. Nice. Why do I have mail? Oh, Risley. Is it his birthday? I guess it must be his birthday. Blame that. Secret sauce barbecue ribs. That sounds good.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision.
No, we don't.
Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many.
Time to go.
I accidentally skipped dialogue. God damn it.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
Oof.
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
Good job,
So,
dumbass.
Catherine left the Adventurers Guild building. Is this the end of the world?
She's done that before.
Shortly after you left,
Yes, and the world
the
ended.
actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry. I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Yes, but now you have conflict.
Works itself out then. Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
Only joking. Calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Well, racking one of our brains.
There's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share
Until
everyone's
the
pride to
performance
know
day?
all our
So
dearest
you're fine
friends
with
will
dying
proper
on stage
farewell
and tainting this
show.
memory
So
for
the last
everybody?
thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Where are we going? Were you making Paimon just stand there with that look on her face? Oh. Hi. Caught.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because...
Yeah.
I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
How incredibly
Bullshit.
convincing!
Alright.
I believe
No
you!
need to drag me.
Oh.
If-
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally
Where's
fine.
our
I
apology,
don't
huh?
take any of that personally.
I mean, she was mostly fighting with
You
Paimon.
really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I
Yes.
felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
Hmm.
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine.
This is gonna take a while for that to say
I was
for people.
wondering if
Yeah,
the
like a
truth is so
generation or
important
two.
to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And
Oh,
tragically,
boy.
she was a victim in the serial disappearances case.
Oh boy.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
They're actually leading stories to tie into each other more. Good.
But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
Nouvellette, do the thing.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing. But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Furina's getting more emotionally invested with every word.
Yes, she is.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I
No.
don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
There are no unresolved emotions.
But if you ask me,
The law don't
all
care.
emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time.
Yeah, I've still never been in court. I've
For
never even
example,
done proper
all this
jury duty.
troupe finds for their late director. Things
If
such
you're
as
gonna call me for
raising
jury
the
duty, don't just dismiss me in the first 15 minutes, you
so I would
bastards.
like to observe,
Thanks,
perchance to
government.
understand.
Still a fan of
Government's
anime?
trying its
Come on,
best. This
then,
best is
huh?
just kind of.
Yeah, at least they gave me $15 for
You just want to get
public
back
transit.
on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me?
Oh, fine.
Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow
So,
me.
Greg, is your job
Welcome to
opening
our
early
usual
for
practice
Black
space.
Friday or no?
Please excuse the silence.
Yeah, but I'm
It's a
on
little
closing
on the smaller
duty,
side.
so I get to enjoy rather than opening early
Nice.
the traffic.
Hmm. Oh, on Friday?
Yeah,
Oof.
parking is
Yeah,
going
we-
to be interesting.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. I just park where I parked last year.
Come on.
Do you have work on Friday?
No,
Yeah,
I'm off for the rest of the week. We're an office, not a retail
Yeah.
store.
I just don't have it immediately available in my brain
Yes,
how
Lady
office
Furina
jobs
Joy.
handle Thanksgiving week.
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Lady Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
He introduces us anyway.
You bet.
Yeah.
That was the trial of the century.
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family. She longed to live just like any other human. And
Huh.
she found
I never heard this story
friendship
before.
and even love.
Me either. I've never heard of it.
Everything seemed
I wonder if there's a way I'll get a copyright strike by putting on the music from it.
But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
Paimon's face. Do you see Paimon's face?
Yeah.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
We don't
That's
know.
one of the
Nothing.
issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But
Well, you know
then
my
there's the
vote. Go
question of
maximum
whether we
depresso.
really want to use the stage
Oh,
to
man.
pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing.
Alright, better
We're still
idea.
waiting on
Go the
confirmation
Violet
from two of
Evergarden
our main
route.
actors.
Oh,
Make
God,
everybody
no.
very, very sad,
Replace
but
the
then have
protagonist's
something
lover.
resembling a happy
He's
ending.
locked himself away to focus on writing an
I
ending
guess,
to the
yeah.
script. But but the deadline's passed and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Oh yeah, Greg, so I needed to do some launcher challenges in Modern Warfare 3. One was like get killed like kill streaks like UAVs and stuff, or VTOLs or helicopters. You know what I did? Is for the ones that do the targeting, all I did was just go to Modern Warfare 2 and go to shipment, and then just target UAVs. Because it's like, half these guns are from Modern Warfare 2. Okay, let's just do the Modern Warfare 2 crap in here.
If it works, it works.
And it did! I got the UAVs done.
Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense.
Just,
Okay,
oh man.
Priority number 1. Let's check
We're gonna get my Tonfa done too.
He went back to Poisson a few days
I'm just gonna do all the melee
ago.
crap
Staying
in
in a friend's home might
the other
help
one.
to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
That's the good thing is I did finish gold challenges for a lot of my
I
guns.
thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson.
Oh, not again.
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So allons-y. To Poisson!
Nice. Exit.
Doctor Who has ruined the phrase allons-y for me.
Ow.
Because that was David Tennant's one of the things he said. It's just inextricably associated with it now for me, my brain.
Well, isn't David Tennant coming back again?
I don't know, I haven't followed TV in a while.
I saw that he was, so
I need to watch more TV.
we're gonna watch TV later.
I mean, like, more fresh, non-perishable TV.
You wanna watch
If I
hockey
remember
game?
correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
Hi, me.
Alright, forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they just
Oh,
seen you on
Nave
the
too.
set. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Oh.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How...
Breathe the moon!
Oh man.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all
Yes.
have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if
You Greg, you know what's annoying? The challenge I've had to do today as well, by the way?
I have no idea.
Throw stuns at enemies, and while they're stunned, try to knife them while they're shooting at you.
Thank you for your
So while they're
Only have
stunned,
very
but
few
also while they're
choice.
shooting at you?
Yeah,
Are
because
those both
sometimes you run.
criteria?
Yeah, so no, it's just I need to stun them and knife them while they're stunned.
I think I should stay
Ah.
with the way
10
I'm feeling
times.
for a while longer.
10. Oh boy.
It's okay.
Yeah.
These things take time. Moving on from a
So I'm glad double
painful
XP is this weekend. I
stage
can just get all my stuff up to double XP, and then all I need to do is just the challenges later. So I'm just gonna do
brings me
that.
to why I'm here.
I'm just gonna make sure everything is
It's
ranked up
important
high,
to
and
know
then
that
go
not
for the
everyone
challenges,
here is
unless
ready
they're
to
easy.
forgive and forget. After the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe, to avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina.
Oh, not again. Here comes the trauma.
It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to
Aren't
lie
we
alone
already
while you're
wallowing
here.
in trauma? This is just the trauma icing on the trauma cake.
Well, what do you
Yeah, I
expect?
feel bad for Furina.
I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all. Like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with. So maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
I need to check voice lines for characters on what they think of the Archon. Give me a minute to go find... Where are my Archons? Here we go. Where's her voice lines again? Voiceover, here you go. I have to do friendship. I have to unlock more things. More? Really? Yeah. Thanks, you.
I guess you must further befriend. Be better friend.
Oh shit, I didn't activate her constellations. Where is...
Congratulations, your call A is now powerful.
There we go. God, that hurt. Thunderstrike. So this is
Did
real
you
line.
know that the sound of thunder is the prelude to new life? Soon, this land will be brimming with vitality.
Sure, Megida.
So, it turns out you're just not friends enough?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't swap off my party very much, you know?
Well,
I'm so grateful that Miss
more things for
Nadia
the
was
future.
so understanding.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past.
Like a
I'd be
Poisson
overjoyed
distribution.
if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me.
They're going to jump you in the night.
I'm sure some
Don't
people
go
here
out
see the
alone
idea
after
of someone
dark.
coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't
Not for
let
that.
myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move.
Oh?
How about we check out Spina di Rosula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Yeah, but you can't see anything useful from that high up. I thought you figured that out.
No. You
All
get up
habits
there.
die hard. And Furina is like a cat.
There's actual cats in this game.
Yes.
Saved that.
There's an entire shrine of cats. Or temple of cats. Or
Oh
something.
yeah, I forgot about that.
The superior catscape.
I'd say Kurara is more superior cat.
Nah. I prefer cats that are actually like, you know, cats.
You probably just
Eh.
wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
I prefer cats that aren't cats like,
Refreshing to see
you
a
know.
different side of you.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company.
Cats.
So please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on,
Can we get a therapist in the room, please?
and harder to bear. And I became more lonely and isolated.
By therapist, do you mean the stun bomb launcher from Armored Core?
Left except the truth.
No.
I became
Well,
An
too
actual
bad, 'cause that's the
therapist.
only kind that I have on a regular basis.
Haunted by the thought of being left all
You just want to
alone,
stun Furina?
weeping on my throne.
Yes.
Fortunately,
I mean,
we were able
it's
to
not actually
avoid the
that
worst
stunning
case
unless you sit
scenario
in its
thanks to the
AoE
help
for a
of
while,
village
so...
individuals such as yourselves.
She doesn't have a vision, so...
Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Reward? I guess so.
Yeah, it's true.
Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing a secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust.
Oh
I
man,
had to
no.
keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
I mean, everyone did. Everyone was like, ah, she sucks, she sucks. Then after the arc quest, they went, ah, fuck.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
Oh, come on.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to
Did I
live
hear a
my
cat?
life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now,
If
at
you did,
least
it wasn't
the
from
choice
my
is in
end.
my hands.
Do you have a cat near you?
It's about
No.
time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending.
I
by
was
now.
also muted.
Okay, let's head back.
Okay. What?
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food.
Why is she giving away so
Anyway,
much food?
my character doesn't need to be slim and good looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life
I don't know, I'm
battling
worried
the
about the
effects of
character
ill
too.
health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again.
Oh.
We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume
Gee.
at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Sorry.
Fun one. This is not your day today.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script.
Oh my
I
god.
think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy.
I hate.
She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone.
Furina, you got any more alter egos running around?
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hey, Greg, bad
I was born
news.
with an incurable illness.
The Speaker of the House is talking to one of our Supreme Court justices about turning over 3 important cases to say that the things they should be illegal
I
again.
spent some years
Why
taking
is our
whatever
Speaker
work
of the
I
House
find and
speaking?
trying to
Because
make
he's an
Can we-
idiot
peace with
and
Can
he's
we
a
get him to
useful
stop?
idiot.
But
No.
whenever
But he
I
wants to
was-
overturn
I'd be lost
Griswold
in
vs.
my
Connecticut,
own
Lawrence vs.
fear.
Texas, and Obergefell vs. Hodges. Griswold. So Obergefell v. Hodges is probably the most famous one. It says that you can same-sex marriage is okay. Lawrence v. Texas legalized same-sex sexual activity. And Griswold v. Connecticut, which established the right to contraception. What the fuck? Why? That shit's
Why
been there
is-
for like decades. Why are you overturning this shit?
And why now?
She
Why?
really is. She gave everything she had to her.
At this
troupe.
point, just pack it up, man. Just split the country in two and let's just call it a day.
Our director. I was a lost child
No, that
too,
sounds like more
Furina.
paperwork.
As the
I don't
child of a
care.
murderer.
It's easier just to
My parents
deal with
weren't
it.
around when I was little, so I got sent to
Plus,
an
if we don't
orphanage.
have other people
The other
screaming
kids
at us
always
about our
picking
differences
fights
and
with me.
opinions, then we're going to go
Silly
online
things
to
like,
find it instead.
Come on.
We already
You
do
must be
that.
pretty tough if you're the son
Oh,
of a
right.
murderer. It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore. So I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I?
This man be
yes,
shook.
The script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since
What?
the little Oceanid is a water spirit,
Your
she
idea
immediately
isn't
understands how
novel.
the
The
water
coral is
feeling. She
conscious.
then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused
Right.
of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover and the rest of humanity.
What? By making everybody soggy?
Why would she want to save them after
Uh-huh.
that?
Okay.
Well, she mainly
That's a
wanted to
plot
save
for
her
the here.
lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible.
So tragic.
What about if
Yeah.
the little Oceanid is hounded to death by
What the
people who
fuck is
hate
this
her?
plot?
Her lover makes sure her secret never gets out,
I like this
and
one.
humanity continues down the path to extinction.
So that's Rubicon then. All right.
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending
There
would
it-
be a perfect mirror to director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the
Yeah,
day
that's
when she went
harsh.
missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
Sounds like she knew it was coming.
But doesn't
Maybe.
the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me, because...
Dude, get out of your own head.
Speaking of
Yeah.
the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aurelie.
Oh boy.
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential
Brothers
romantic
owned.
partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
Nice.
In that case, you have
Won't
to
let
straighten
anyone
things
get
out
in the
with
way
law
of that.
once and for
Not
all.
even
This is it.
myself.
We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone.
Furina is very wise. This is not at all to do with personal experience.
Ah, shit. Aren't at that point unlocked? Oh boy.
What did you say when you started this game? That you knew the first thing to do was to go unlock all the waypoints?
Yeah. I should start doing that again. I think it shouldn't be that hard. It's only 200 meters out, so it's not that far, actually. You see, it's right there anyway.
Yeah, 200 meters, let's see.
Are you converting that to the Imperial system?
No, I'm just trying to think how fast it should be to actually just jog there.
Ah.
Like, that's less than a minute.
It's not that far.
This is tough going. Delphi,
Like,
are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question.
Nice.
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium.
Traveler.
Furina said so herself.
Fine one.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded
see, I take that as a
odd.
challenge.
Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is
I will find a
unbearable.
way for you to be useful.
Hey, lay off, all right? My bluff is hanging from a thread here. I'm sorry.
Aw, too bad.
Sorry to leave all the heavy.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Alright, let's see here. Hi. I bring doom.
Wind and cloud, one with nature. Wind strike.
Let's light it up.
What? Another one spawned. Are you kidding me? Alright,
Nope.
more of them spawned.
Get out of here.
I'm frozen.
Everybody stand back. Huh?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows.
Off we go.
Time to go.
Bravo! Good show. You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Excelsior, as they say in the business.
Ah, Stanley. Oh,
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
Wait, Greg, after I'm done with this dialogue, we're gonna pause.
Yeah.
For the night.
You
The
think
time
knowing
is
the truth about
approaching.
The director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone.
Score of the Sharks
I
game.
care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceania.
God, they suck.
That's
7-1
why
loss.
I wanted to wait until after the
Well,
show.
this doesn't
If I
surprise
open this can of
anybody.
worms now,
No.
I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
So
Hey,
what
Mom,
you're saying is the
avoiding
truth will
the
tear
truth
you
will not
apart.
help anyone.
Yeah.
I love those truths.
Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Vimo. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone, but now I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods, the drink in question was synth.
God damn it.
Isn't that
Paimon's giving a lot of good shocked expressions today.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey,
No,
don't
the
say
whole
that.
point is that nobody gets to be happy here.
you knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us?
The god is standing behind you, dude.
What do you mean? You were
Not
afraid?
anymore.
This was a life
Technically.
and death situation. We could have saved her. How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stop
Stay calm.
advocating calm. I want
How
to see
can
a
I
fist
stay
fight.
calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but
It's
that
nighttime
would
again.
impact the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve.
Court
In my
time.
life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really?
Furina, you sure you aren't split into other pieces running around?
Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia.
All right. Chat,
Leaving
we
it
are
here?
going to... Yeah, we're going to have to call it here for now, chat, because we're going to go watch some bit of television. It'll be a good time.
Our planet needs us.
Yes, we must go. When did I hit adventure rank 58?
Wherever in this world I roam.
Shut up. Yeah, no, so, chat, we will see you later. No stream tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. No stream on Thursday, as usual. And then, Saturday, I believe we are not streaming either. Or, no, we're streaming on Saturday. We're going to stream some, likely some Spider-Man, actually. Yeah, so no streams for a couple days, chat, due to Thanksgiving. But we will all see you back on Saturday. What say you, Greg?
Amazing Spider-Man!
Yes. To all of you, have a good Thanksgiving. If you're going Black Friday shopping, please be nice to the retail workers, as they don't want to be there either.
Enjoy good food.
Yes, enjoy good
will
food.
Make you happier.
Yes, enjoy good food and shop online instead of in the retail stores, so the retail workers don't have to deal with you.
I don't know. Come shop in store too. We appreciate your money wherever you spend it.
Nah, it's fucking like a true retail worker. But yeah, goodbye, chat.
Like and subscribe.